maybe what you should do is build a couple of your swamp goblins. 3 goblins holding up a saddle badly with like a dragon face on.
All right. Yeah, let's not but say that we did.
Okay, fine. Hi, everybody. It's been a while.
Hello.
It's been a little while since we did this last time, partly because of our schedules and partly because we were in a weird gap between almost deciding how many updates finishing this army would take, and what forced our hand was some planning of events. First of all, we know that the big event that this is all in aid of, that started this all off, Warhammer Fantasy Battle 5th edition tournament that was planned, is now going to happen in Warhammer World in February. It's not a set date yet, but the idea is it's going to be in February. We're all way closer to finishing our armies. So in order to force our hand a little bit, I think, Russ and Nathan, who have been practicing their 5th edition, have organised a mini tournament this weekend. So I can't make it this weekend. Bobbie can't make it this weekend because Bobbie is far away from London.
Happy birthday for this weekend, Ian.
Thank you. I'm old this weekend, so I can't do that. So this weekend, Gary and Russ are required to have their army finished. I have my army finished, and Bobbie almost has her army finished. So we're at the point where this is going to be, I think, the final update. We should say we're probably not going to, it's not going to be the final video. After the event, I think we're going to do an army showcase on all 4 armies. And of course, when we finally get round to the big event, there'll be something chronicling that. We're also already talking about what we might do next. If we want to do another Tale of 4 Gamers, depending on what Games Workshop release in the so we'll see. Yeah, for now, thanks for gathering, everybody. This is the final update. Russ, you have, at time of recording, just under 72 hours to finish your army. How are you doing?
Well, I've got a finished usable army if I needed to. Hopefully, I will organise my life enough to finish these 2 models. They've got paint on them. But if I don't, it just means my warriors don't have a standard bearer and musician. But yeah, I have a finished army. I'm literally sitting here preparing bases to have their texturing and everything on them. Are we going to do plugs? I'll plug that I got these from Illusionary Terrain. They do 3D printed custom bases. They're nice chaps.
So what have you got finished? I know those are the last 2 on the desk. What's been finished since the last update? I think you finished your Knights or Horsemen?
So the Marauder Horsemen are now finished. I've finished my General, I think, since the last video. I've turned some of my old 80s Harpies that were horrible into something usable on the battlefield. I think everything else was already done at the last video, but then I've gone through and varnished everything and put the last finishing touches of static grass and stuff on bases and things like that.
I know you mentioned it last time and we talked about this, but I didn't see it until you'd done it. I like the leopard horse.
Oh yeah, the leopard horse. But actually, my favourite horse is the tiger horse.
Oh, that's a good horse.
I love the tiger horse. I can't really see it on here, obviously.
Good. So you're almost there.
Yeah, so I've got pretty much everything ready for Sunday. Already been playing quite a few games against Nathan. I think I've played 4 games against Nathan so far.
Is that the most of that? Is the most of any of us, right? Bobbie, you haven't been secretly practicing.
No, I've other than games back in the day, I haven't played any of this edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Ian, we've played twice, right? We played a practice game and a game, and then I've played a practice game and 4 games against Nathan.
That's more practice than I think anyone else has done, bar maybe Ben, who's organising it.
I was going to say, he's been playing with his 6-year-old daughter, though, hasn't he? Hopefully Nathan's a stronger opponent than her. You'd like to, yeah, I think he probably is, I reckon.
Sure, Rosa's going to be happy about that.
I don't want to be mean to Ben's daughter, but, I've done a couple of battle reports, which I've put up on YouTube.
I saw you've been doing some classic 90s style battle reports. I'll link to them below.
I really love those old-fashioned White Dwarf battle reports, and I can't watch video battle reports. I just can't keep track of them. All the photo ones they do in White Dwarf these days. So I wanted to do something which people would actually look at.
It's an interesting thing that we've always talked about because it can be a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Compared to talking to a camera for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my God, it takes hours. But I quite enjoy doing it. It's just...
Me and Gary used to make battle reports for Daka Daka, which were photo battle reports, just at the time that video bat reps were just getting started. And we got into a system of doing them, but they would take all afternoon to
90 minutes to 2 hours to the game, just stopping to take the pictures and make notes. Yeah,
I'll link to them below, and if people want to go and see some classic map-based battle reports, they can do that there.
And hopefully we'll do some from the Prelude event this weekend. Yeah. And then I'm going to Bring Out Your Lead next weekend, so hopefully do another one there.
And tell us all about Bring Out Your Lead.
Once again, Nathan and I, the two doing that, we're going up there to Newark, to Wargames Foundry, and there'll be all sorts of old Hammer stuff there. I'm guessing a lot of people who'd watch this would have heard of it anyway. And we're just going to go and try and play a 2,000 point game. God knows if we'll get it finished, but it'll be nice to have 2,000 points on the table. Nathan was suggesting earlier we might play a game of Man of War on the Sunday morning, which I haven't played since about 1993 or 4. I think
See, that's quite a bit. It's a lot of stuff going on. Thank you, Russ.
Yeah, loads of stuff.
Bobbie, you don't have to have this ready for this weekend, but it sounds like you're at the point where you could if you wanted.
Pretty much. The last unit I had to build, which was my bat swarms, put together now, and I've started painting them. Hopefully they'll be done pretty quickly because, they're bats. I'm pretty much painting them 2 colors. I've got my shields done for my Graveguard, which is the only thing on those that needed doing.
Russ, does that face mean you've suddenly been reminded that shields are a thing?
I see shields.
There we go. All the karma's gone. Russ has forgotten that shields are a thing.
Oh dear, I've got to do like 8 or 9 shields for my Chaos Warriors. Oh, cheers for that.
That's all right.
Well, at least remembered.
Carry on, Bobbie.
Oh no.
And I've still got to paint my main vampire as well.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm so close to being done that I'm putting off doing any more work on it and sort of going on and doing other things because it's so nearly done that my brain thinks it's already done.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting any effort into finishing things. I do have quite a lot of other minis that I have bought for this army. I think I've got at least 3,000 points worth of minis for this army now.
Pick and choose your units.
Exactly. I'll be able to pretty much field a different list in every game without any difficulty. And still haven't got a black coach though. So I'm still keeping an eyeball on trade groups and eBay for a black coach. But other than that, I'm pretty much there.
Great. So I'm in a similar situation in that I've put together a little final batch of models. I've got the bits for 3 blood crushers, 3 riders, and another old rogue trader, bloodthirster, who I've got to convert to hold an axe. But yeah, I think that's going to be a stretch goal for February. I'm not sure realistically I'm going to be in a position to add an extra bloodthirster. I'd have to do really well. But so you are almost done. What else have you been? You've been playing quite a lot of other things though this month, right?
Been gluing a lot of stuff together. I've got a bit distracted by the new orcs, so I've been doing some orcs. Kill team is also looking to be really good, so I've been building a few odd kill teams. A lot of gluing and not a lot of painting, but at least I'm getting some hobby done.
Have you played any of the new kill team yet?
I haven't actually got a game in. I've kind of messed around with kind of putting some minis on a table and rolling some dice and sort of half playing against myself just to see what the rules actually play rather than what I think they play like.
I had a read of the White Dwarf article, and I'd previously been trying to stay skeptical, but when I actually read how it's meant to play, I was quite like, oh, that sounds like a good way of doing it about it. So I kind of might get dragged in after all.
It does look like it's better than the old version.
I wanted to like the old version, but didn't.
It's definitely a completely, as much as any Games Workshop system is, a completely original system rather than being current edition of 40k with some other rules added on top.
Yeah. Eons of Battle has been doing a fair amount on it. Jay over there has been doing loads of stuff, and I think also John at Can I Roll a Crit, who usually talks about Warhammer Underworlds and a friend of the channel, is venturing into Kill Team as well with the new sets.
Okay,
great, brilliant progress. Gary, you are someone who needs to have this done by Sunday.
I've been slowly but surely chipping away at it, and my to-do pile is very small now. I just have to paint the noble on top of the dragon and do a bit of basing around the bottom of the rock lobber, and it's pretty much done.
Is the dragon itself fully painted now?
It's base coated mostly. I mean, I'd like to go through it again and touch everything up, give it highlights and a bit more shading. Yeah,
but it's tabletop at least.
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah.
And are you painting up the second noble for this army, or is that like a later thing?
It needs to be there for this edition as a model that can go around the floor if the dragon gets killed. But I can get away with proxying in any dead Fimmer as that guy.
You were having some fun with dragon positioning because you redid the base a couple of times, right?
Yeah, so every time I looked at it, it just looked like he weren't square to the direction that he was sitting on it. So I took the dragon, chopped it all off the base, tilted it up by about 20 degrees. That looked better, stuck it all down. And then the next day I was like, I should have stuck it down a bit more central. So I took it all off the base again and moved it over. So it's third time rebased. Still think it should be a little bit more to the right, but I can live with it now.
And the rock lobber, you were converting crew for the rock lobber?
Yeah, so I converted up the crew from hobgoblins from the Dominion box and did a few minor modifications to the rock lobber. I changed one of the faces to look like a Fimmer. I chopped off one of the fingers on the claw at the back because I felt it should be a Fimmer claw throwing the rocks.
Yeah, it's just that nice little touch. I like it.
So having 4 fingers robbing the locks felt wrong. So I got rid of one.
Rocking the lobs.
Read them out.
Did you say rocking the lobs or lobbing the rocks?
Robbing the locks.
I think you said robbing the locks.
Lobbing the rocks.
So that's a classic rock lobber. Or man mangler, is it?
Yeah, this is a rock lobber. I think the man mangler is older. Yeah, and I think it's got orc crew, that one.
The man mangler has orc crew. The skull chucker has goblin crew,
yes.
And then there was just the rock lobber with a double BA that was orcs as well, wasn't it?
Not sure. I bought mine on eBay with no crew. I mean, I bought a bunch of them on eBay with no crew, and because they're cheaper without crew, you can find them in pieces and stuff.
Yeah. Seeing you post your photos of the rock lobbers made me want to start doing my my skull crushers, and I managed to bit by bit, one part at a time, accidentally acquire all the bits for a lead belcher as well. Another one of the old machineries of destruction. Yeah. So now I'm kind of in the same boat. I want to do my own little sort of artillery section. But then I first of all need to have an orc and goblin army for them to go with, and that just seems like a lot of effort.
So for me, Warhammer Fantasy is heavy weapons and dragons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some blocks of units, but yeah, it's all about the big crazy rock lobbers and organ cannons and stuff like that.
Well, there we go. So everyone's very, very close. It's a weird update when everyone's like, yeah, basically I've finished. Gary will be playing his first ever game of Warhammer Fantasy on Sunday.
First ever of any edition?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I'll play against you then in the afternoon.
And we will catch up with everyone after that and do a little army showcase on everyone's finished armies, see how you've all found it as a thing to do this year, and maybe start planning for the next one. Get to that in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, everybody.
Before we go,
I
just wanted to say I had a very surprising encounter. I was on my way home from work, and I stopped in to buy some plastic cement at Games Workshop, Tottenham Court Road. And just as I was starting to walk out the store, a very nice chap came up to me and said, "Hi, excuse me, are you Russ from that thing where they're doing all the 5th edition stuff?" And I was like, what? Because I was a bit taken by surprise. Like, yeah, on Arbiter Ian's channel. I was like, yeah, that's me. So I was just going to say, hi, Matt, if you're watching again. Thank you for saying hello. And it was very nice to hear from someone saying such nice things about the channel. And hopefully you're still enjoying it. So.
Oh, you're famous, Russ.
Well, I think you're the one who's famous. I'm just no
one's recognised me in the Games Workshop.
A guest star on your famous TV, on your famous channel.
What a nice experience, and thanks for being so nice about the channel.
Yeah,
great. We'll see you all in a few weeks to find out how the event went. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.